Hey everyone, welcome back to another Mattel Jurassic World review. Today we're taking a look at the new 93 Classic Tyrannosaurus Rex Off-Road Tracker Pack. Oh man, I am just such a sucker for the 93 Classic line. As a a Jurassic collector, I grew up in the 90s. Just seeing these toys reimagined just brings back so much memory. I'm so glad Mattel is doing this. And this might possibly be the last time we see the 93 Classic packaging. Coming up next is the Jurassic World Reimagined line. And I guess from what I understand, it's going to be a combination of the Legacy Collection and 93 Classic line rolled into one line. I think there's an announcement this Wednesday, so I guess we'll see what that's all about when that comes around. Now, the set retails for $50 if you're in the US. It is exclusive to Target stores, and I'll leave a link down below in the description to Target if you want to order one of these for yourself. So let's just take a quick look at this absolutely gorgeous looking package. You can see the young T-Rex front and center in the nice window box display. We got the Jurassic Park logo down here. We got the Bush Devil Tracker, Ray Arnold, and we got some capture gear in there. I love seeing capture gear. Oh man, I wish Mattel did more of that. We got the 93 Classic logo up here, and then all through the background with the nice sunset Jurassic background, very similar to the old school Kenner packaging. In the back of the box, we got a nice homage to the product shots that adorn the back of the old Kenner packaging. We got Ray, the Bush Devil Tracker, the Rex, and how the action feature works, and all the contents inside. Absolutely love the box of the set. Definitely one of my favorite 93 Classic packaging. So enough about the packaging. Let's crack this amazing set open and take a closer look. Man, this is a gorgeous looking set. This is definitely my favorite 93 Classic set so far. The young Rex looks absolutely fantastic. Yeah, it's just, the old Legacy Collection T-Rex mold that we've seen a million times, but with a brand new young T-Rex head sculpt. And man, chef kiss, that head looks absolutely fantastic. And just the black contrasting with the bright yellow, this thing is just absolutely phenomenal looking. And we even got capture gear. Absolutely love it. It's a little bit too light of gray for me. It almost looks like chrome steel, but yeah, it's seeing capture gear, absolutely fantastic. Bush Devil Tracker, nice little homage to the 90s Kenner toy, and Ray Arnold in all his 90s action figure goodness. We never got a Kenner Ray Arnold toy, so it's nice to see, this interpretation of him with that weird dinosaur skull breastplate. Yeah, all around fantastic looking set. And for some quick measurements, the young Rex is 19 inches long from the tip of the snout to the tip of the tail, of 48.2 centimeters, and about 8 inches tall to the top of the head, or 20.3 centimeters. So there's no real size estimate of how big the juvenile Rex was in the novel. The only description is it was around 8 feet tall or 2.4 meters. So just using the height, this figure comes out to about 1/12 scale. And Ray Arnold is your typical 3 3/4 inch figure, or 9.5 centimeters. That means he is 1/18 scale. Now, taking a closer look at Ray Arnold in all his 90s goodness, a really, really cool looking figure. You can see the head is kind of similar to the Hammond Collection sculpt, but this is definitely a new sculpt, because on the side of the head, you can actually see he has his microphone and earpiece sculpted in on the Hammond Collection. It was a separate accessory. He has those clear glasses. And let's spin Ray around and take a look at the top of his head. He does have his bald spot sculpted nice and shiny under the lights. And then for the rest of the figure, we have this bright neon green body armor, which is removable. There's some pegs on the back. You can easily peel that off, and reveals a nice gray shirt underneath with some nice sculpted detailing. He has bright red gauntlets, a bright red belt, and camo green pants. No paint apps on the legs at all. You can see some knee pads sculpted, and the boots have the laces sculpted. So yeah, all around really, really cool 90s looking figure. And for Ray's accessory, it does come with this golden looking spear. You do have some nice details on the handle, and you have a rope going around the shaft of it, and you can see the spearhead nicely sculpted in. There's a little peg right here that can store on the side of the Jeep. Articulation pretty standard, because this is a mainline figure. You have head rotation, arms can swing up. They're hindered a little bit by the gauntlet, rotate 360 degrees. You do have a bend at the elbow. You can get just about just a hair under 90 degrees, and rotation at that joint. Waist articulation, he can do the full splits, and you do get a bend and rotation at that knee joint. And we've got a few Ray Arnold figures over the years. The one to the left over here is the San Diego Comic-Con one with the removable arm, and over here is the Hammond collection. And we also do have an Amber collection one. Ray was missing from the original Kenner lineup, but Kenner is definitely making up with that. I'm actually shocked that we have three 3 3/4 inch Ray Arnold figures right now, but I am definitely not complaining. And next up, let's take a look at the Bush Devil Tracker. A nice little update to the Kenner release from the early 90s. Just really, really cool looking vehicle. This is a pretty good set. You get the vehicle, the young Rex, and Ray Arnold for like $50. Definitely a great value set. It has the number 27 on the side of the door, same number that was on the original Kenner release. On the top right here, we do have the Jurassic Park logo with some battle damage red paint. On the front, all the lights are done with decals. You can see a winch sculpted in, and the tires have nice cast red plastic rims. And then inside, we do have a bright yellow steering wheel. It would be kind of cool if it did have some of the action features that the kind of one did with the battle damage windshield and the little capture rigging that came out of the side of the Jeep. I just totally lost my train of thought. And the door can pop open, and you have a couple seats in there for your figures. And then the back right here, we do have a couple pegs if you want a figure to stand up in the back. And then on the back of the vehicle, we have the spare tire, and that is not cast in red plastic. That is actually painted in. We have a couple more decals for the back headlights. So yeah, all around, really, really neat looking vehicle. Definitely, the set's definitely worth the price in my eyes. And for a quick comparison, here it is with the Mattel Legacy Collection Jeep. And next up, let's take a look at the star of the set, the young T-Rex. I absolutely love this figure. Yeah, it's the same Legacy Collection Rex mold, other than a remolded head, that we've seen a million times. But just that black and bright yellow, just those contrasting colors. This thing absolutely pops. Going up to the head, it has a newly sculpted head, very similar to the Kenner young Rex. The eyes painted a bright yellow with a black pupil. Inside the mouth, we do have those plastic insert teeth. Love seeing those improvements, especially on the mainline figures. Inside the mouth, we have all that glossy pink for the tongue and gums. And on the top of the head is the button to activate its chomp and jaws, pretty much identical to the action feature that's been featured on this Rex mold ever since it came out. Going down to the arms, hand claws aren't painted in, pretty typical of every mainline Mattel figure. And then going down to the body, we do have some more of that nice black paint mixing in with the yellow. I just absolutely love the yellow on this thing. It's absolutely just slaps. And then going down to the hind legs, we do have actual black paint on the toe claws. Yes, the feet are oversized. This is a very old figure. And then going down to the tail, we actually have paint on the tail. Big surprise. That's another issue that the mainline suffer from, but at least Mattel decided to paint most of the tail on this thing. Say all around, this thing is just absolutely incredible looking. Love it. And then on the back right here, we do have the scan code for those who want to scan it into the fax app. And of course, we have to talk about the capture gear that comes with this figure. I really wish more figures would come with it. We have this nice muzzle covering pretty much the whole T-Rex's face. Love how the eyes are exposed. And then we have a nice chain connecting to the collar with a reinforced strut. And you have some nice cushions sculpted in around the neck region, so this metal wouldn't hurt the dinosaur. And then going down to the feet, we have some ankle shackles. So yeah, all around, this is a really, really awesome capture gear set. Just wish more figures would just come with this stuff. Absolutely love capture gear. For articulation, we already covered the action feature. You do have a double jointed neck that gives you some good side to side movement. That's why a lot of people like this old Legacy Collection mold. Before we got the Hammond collection, this was pretty much the best T-Rex mold out there. Front arms can move forwards and backwards. Some of these Legacy ones actually had a hinge joint on here. This one appears it does not have that joint. Hind legs can move backwards and forwards. You can hear that very loud clicky ratchet to lock the legs back into their neutral position. And you do have the hip pivot, and you actually do get rotation on that ankle joint. And for the rest of the articulation, you get side to side and up and down movement on that tail, as well as 360-degree rotation. Moving on with comparisons, here it is with the OG Kenner Young Rex, one of my favorite toys from the original line. This toy like never left my side when I was growing up, and I'm actually surprised of how good a condition this figure is. I actually did lose the battle damage piece. I had to get a replacement piece off of eBay. It would have been really cool if Mattel did make this an actual like rubber figure and gave it a battle damage piece. I recorded the first part of this review before the reimagined figure was announced. It's, a real feel rubber Carnotaurus, and I am super, super pumped for that. So I'm glad to see Mattel doing more rubber figures. But yeah, still, this Kenner tribute to the Series 2 Rex is definitely a great figure. Next up, here it is with one of the many Legacy Collection Rex mold. We have a lot of this mold floating around, but yeah, the Young Rex is definitely, in my opinion, the best version of this mold, especially with those separate molded insert teeth. Looks much better than the goofy painted teeth that all these Rexes have. And lastly, here it is with the 93 Classic Electronic Red Rex. These two figures definitely complement each other. They're going to look so great on my 93 Classic shelf, and I really hope Mattel just keeps pumping out retro figures. There's definitely a huge market for it, especially those of us that grew up with the Kenner toys, and it's finally nice to see Mattel embracing the old toys. So, final thoughts on this set. I think this is the best 93 Classic set released so far. It is the total package. We get an awesome looking T-Rex. Just love that black and yellow capture gear. An action figure. Ray Arnold looks awesome in all his 90s goodness. And we have a nice homage to the Kenner Bush Devil Tracker. So, all around, incredible set. Definitely worth the $50 price tag. I have no complaints about it other than I just wish the Rex was real feel, but that's just a personal opinion. So yeah, if you want to get this set, the link is down below the Target's site if you want to order one online. So that will do it for the review. It looks like I'm pretty caught up right now, thank God, because I don't have a lot of time to record these reviews because I do work full time. So it's nice to have some breathing room right now. I think the only new thing I have coming in is that Mesozoic Spinosaurus. I don't know when that will be here, so look to the future for that review. So that will do it. As always, if you're enjoying the content on this channel, show your support by hitting that subscription button just below the video. Each subscription will help out the channel tremendously, and it's greatly appreciated. And I'll see you guys for the next one.